And I'm curious, like if you were to summarize for Meta, Snap, TikTok, and Pinterest, do you have any creative best practices? Because a lot of times you see brands just carry ads over from one platform to another, which is terrible. But I'm curious what you see on your side.
That's a great question. I was actually having this conversation with Sam yesterday during dinner, and you as a marketer have to be a consumer of the media that you're advertising in. The example that him and I were talking about was, well, look, if we wanted to run a billboard in New York, or do some out-of-home advertising in New York, we're not New Yorkers. We don't live in New York. We're from Austin, Texas. So
not yet.
We not yet, yeah. So we are the least qualified people to make a decision on whether or not the right location, the right messaging, the right creative makes sense for an out-of-home advertising in New York City. And the same goes true with digital media. If you are going to advertise on Snapchat, Pinterest, TikTok, TV, you need to be a consumer of that media to understand what is the societal cues, the culture, the way that media is defined. Because at the end of the day, what you're doing with the creative is you're creating the assets that are native to that medium. When we are running TikTok ads, we found, yes, we could totally port over the assets from Meta into TikTok, and that worked for a little bit, very short amount of time. But we found that we had significantly more longevity out of those creative assets for TikTok when we actually made TikTok ads. When we literally made TikTok stuff that could be posted on organic, like an organic team was making, and then we just ran them as ads through Spark Ads on the profile. That has an insane amount more longevity than just porting over assets. And the same is true with Snapchat and Pinterest, especially a platform like Pinterest, where Pinterest, you really are just giving sort of infographics and information, and you're educating the consumer and you're priming the consumer, but Pinterest is not going to be the driving force for that sale. It's the sort of the upper funnel activity that's getting people ready to convert when they see that Meta ad or that TikTok ad later on.